Probably the most common visa for Aussies to apply for is the Youth Mobility Visa or some type of heritage visa, whether it's the Ancestry visa or applying for actual citizenship if you've got access to that as well.
And the gov.uk website will provide a set of requirements for each of those visas and what you exactly need to prepare and get done before you fully apply for that visa. For instance, it might tell you if you need an exact job offer lined up or whether you just need to show an intent to work. It will also tell you how far in advance you can apply for the visa. So for me, it was only 3 months. Some will allow you to go from 6 months before. And I'll be the first one to admit it can feel really scary to not have that long between applying and getting a response before you have to head over. But the key really is to just follow that checklist, make sure you have all the documentation done in time, because if you're also doing photocopies instead of originals, you need to get them signed by someone. And what they will say is something like, they sign and date the document of the photocopy and write, certified to be a true copy of the original seen by me. And so you've showed them the original, the photocopy, and then you can pass those photocopies on. Now, I know the Ancestry visa because that's the one I filled out, and there is quite a lot of documentation from your own birth certificate to the birth certificate of the parent you're applying through, and then the grandparent you're applying through, and then you even need to get marriage certificates, and if they've had a change of name, you need to get their name before and after that. So there is quite a lot to do. So you want to start getting onto the documentation quite early, even though you can't do the signing process and the full application until a bit closer. Because some of the visas want an intent to work in the UK, it can be good to have an up-to-date CV, and so you can submit that as evidence that you're ready and can be applying for jobs once you arrive. Then once you've submitted all the documentation, you'll be set up with a biometric appointment, which is just getting your photo done, some fingerprints, and that's done in the city where you're living. And it really is quite a quick appointment. And then your passport will be mailed back to you with the vignette visa in it, and that starts from the date you've told them that you're going to arrive in the UK. And the biometric appointment was super simple itself. Basically, you walk in, you sit in this weird waiting room in complete silence, and if you've uploaded all your documents prior, they will just very briefly check that on the screen, take your fingerprints, take your photo, and even though I was so prepared, you're still panicking so much. I must have checked all my documents 10 times at least because there's so much writing on it and because the timeframes can be so tight. And so it does just really make you panic, even though once you've done all the documentation, it is quite a simple process in itself. Even though it's simple though, I definitely recommend just arrive an hour early, get a coffee if you need to, but don't go pushing this because you can't just book another one super easy. You do have to plan these things. Now, one of the best things about going to the UK for physiotherapy is if you've trained at an Australian university, you don't need to do any extra tests to practice in the UK. It is just all the paperwork and documentation, having a valid visa, but there's no actual tests you have to pass because we've done that 4-year degree and it's accredited and can be seen by the HCPC, which is their body that looks after physios.
Now, if you're wondering about the costs associated with moving to the UK as a physio, go check out this video here.